being a female barber, I kind of get judged in that area anyways. So there are some clients who typically don't want a female barber. The way I look at it is I'm just like, oh, it's their loss. Because I know that I can compare to a lot of male barbers.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the SBHD podcast. I'm sitting here with Stay Sharp Cuts.
What's up?
So the first thing I wanted to get into was obviously you're a female barber / Cosmo in my eyes. But what was your experience getting into this type of field that mainly with males?
So my first original thought was it was pretty intimidating. But I grew up with 3 brothers, so I'm used to being around majority males most of the time. So it wasn't too bad for me. I know that when I first started, I felt like I was getting a lot of judgment just being a female barber with predominantly males. But I just tried to do my best and get better to make sure that they knew I fit in with them. So yeah, I feel like now I'm cool.
That's good. That's real good. I also want to ask, so what could you say be a way for you to, I can't think of the words right now. I would say, how do you handle your different type of clientele, or when walk-ins don't want to go your way? How do you go about that?
It doesn't really bother me because, like I said, I feel like being a female barber, I kind of get judged in that area anyways. So there are some clients who typically don't want a female barber. The way I look at it is I'm just like, oh, it's their loss. Because I know that I can compare to a lot of male barbers. So I just feel like it's their loss pretty much.
That's good. And how long you been cutting? How long you been in the field?
About 8 years now.
8 years?
Yeah.
Dang, okay, I see. She got some experience then, for real.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
Now, do you feel different with having a female barber in your shop? Do you feel like it's any different than working alongside a male?
No, honestly, I think it adds more, variety, more of variety, basically. That I say it just gives people more options, and you can see the different variations of styles of cutting as well. And I seen you also braid and you do dreads and everything, which a lot of male barbers can't do. So then you really stand out and you have more to offer. Just you're like a one-stop shop, you know. Sure. So I feel like I encourage female barbers more. You know what I'm saying? Because they do feel like they're not getting the same out of it, or that they're being treated differently because of the male aura, I guess. But I think that the more you guys come around, the better it will be. You know, the more people will be comfortable with it.
Yeah. So the more female barbers that cut, the more people. Yeah, and I feel like it's gotten a lot bigger for females to be cutting male hair now.
For real.
I know.
For real. So also, I want to ask, what do you mainly end up doing in the shop when you cut hair? What type of haircuts do you usually do?
I feel like at the beginning I was doing a lot of comb overs, man buns, stuff like that. But I think since I've been at Signatures, I think more people have gotten used to seeing me and have seen that I can cut every variation of hair. So now I typically don't feel like it's one specific haircut that I'm doing. I feel like I have all ethnicities, all varieties of different hair. And with braiding and dreading too, I feel like everybody's gotten pretty comfortable with me. Every type of hair texture, they all come to me. So, and there's not one hair texture that I'm more comfortable with. I feel like I'm pretty well rounded, and yeah.
That's good. That's real good.
Thanks.
To follow up with that, it's a funny part. It's a funny question.
Uh-oh.
But how do you take on when even I could say other barbers or clients try to hit on you? Just I know it's a thing. It's that's good.
See, and it's hard because when I'm at the shop, I feel like I'm one of the guys. I feel like they're my homies. I don't feel like I don't worry about getting hit on, but then I realize oh shoot, I am a female. So I just keep it pretty professional always. I'm comfortable with all my coworkers. But I still try to make sure that I draw a certain line to
Oh yeah,
where they
for
know,
sure.
like, you the
Got to.
homie.
Yeah, you got to, because some dudes don't, tutu. For real.
For sure. They're all gonna try to see what they could get away with at one point or another.
Facts.
But like I said, I'm super friendly, so sometimes I might come off a little too flirty, and I have to like check myself and realize it's not just them.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm just super comfortable. I've grown up with brothers my whole life, so I just feel like that's
Yeah.
why.
It's just part of you.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
for
That, honestly,
sure.
that's really cool too.
That's why I feel like I had no problem cutting men's hair. It was always just a comfort. Like I
Yeah.
had a lot of male friends. I was always with my brothers, so like when I walked into the industry of cutting men's hair, I was always pretty comfortable. I was never like, oh,
Yeah,
I
I
can't
feel
do
you.
this.
I think that's good for you too, because a lot of barbers, especially men, they don't like to cut female hair, or it might seem harder, or it might seem like it makes them uncomfortable because they're not used to cutting long hair.
Yeah.
Even though it's what we learn in barber school and everything, it's just more of a comfort thing. So me too, like I've cut and curled hair and everything like that, and I've been the only person doing it in the shop sometimes, and yeah, it make you feel a little weird, but at the end of the day, it just shows how creative you are and how artistic you can be and how skillful you are as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
So like the whole female aspect of them being in the shop, whether they're cutting or braiding or doing whatever, I think it just brings good energy and good value to the shop as well. So I would just say just keep doing what you're doing. You know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate you a lot. I'm trying. I feel like there's always room for improvement, no matter how long you've been cutting or how good you are. So every day I try to get better and do something better. But I really appreciate you. That means a lot coming from you.
Appreciate
You're
you.
a dope
Yeah.
ass barber.
Thank you. I try. I try. I just try to lead by example and just try to stay positive, even when things always go left. Sometimes,
For sure.
you always gotta make sure you have a positive mindset, especially in the shop. One client might send you left, the next one might send you to the right.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
and
totally
I just
agree
think
with
about
that.
it's all about the mentality you carry while you're in there because it gets rough, especially if you're dealing with like a 20 chair shop
Yeah.
and you got 40 different personalities, barbers and clients, all in the one building. So it gets hectic.
For sure.
But as long as you maintain yourself and who you're supposed to be, like I said, it's not gonna affect you.
Yeah.
But
What do you feel like is like one of the most difficult things you've had to deal with in the shop?
same thing, adversity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, diversity and adversity. Because, like I said, sometimes certain clients don't want to go to me because they don't think I can do a beard or they don't think I can do a comb over
Yeah.
or a man bun or whatever the case may be. When I can literally do all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's all about the person sometimes. But take that how you want it. Like
Yeah.
somebody might not want to go to you. I would say take that as like okay, I'm gonna prove to them when
Yeah.
somebody else gets in my chair that I'm gonna be able to do that. So
Yeah.
that's why I take it as positive energy. So then once somebody can see that you're capable, then they have no other reason or no other excuse.
It's almost like testing you to make you do
Thank
better.
you. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Just take those challenges and those tests. Because like the your work speaks for itself, but you have to as well. Not with
Yeah.
your words, but with your body language and how you take things that come your way,
Yeah.
negative or positive.
Yeah.
So that's what I be trying to tell people. Like I said, somebody doesn't want to go to me. Okay, I'm not tripping. I'm not
Good
mad.
vibes only.
Good vibes only.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're gonna see me put some
Yeah.
work in somebody else, and you're gonna come my way.
Yeah.
And I don't have to say it. I just think it. I watch it play out. So there's been plenty of people I've cut where they say, "Oh yeah, I've seen you cutting," and I was in somebody else's chair or whatever. And like I don't never try to take nobody's client.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of guy. Like I said, let your work speak for itself and your positiveness and your business, your branding.
For sure.
So I think those things will really be very high qualities in the shop.
And I also feel like it's not necessarily somebody doing a bad job. I feel like each client that we have is looking for something different in each barber. Like I think that it might not be something that barber's doing wrong, but they might like how somebody else lines them up better or
Exactly.
lines up their beard differently,
Exactly.
fades it in. So yeah, it's a matter of finding that for sure.
That's good. Honestly, I agree because I've went through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, like I have a client, or I share clients with other people too, and they go to me for certain reasons, and then they go to other people for certain reasons. And me personally, I can't be mad about it because I'm just like, well, it's their hair, you know, like they have all rights, so they can do whatever they want with it, you know.
I do get sad sometimes, like
yeah,
I beat myself up over it, like dang,
definitely.
why is my client over there?
Yeah, I'd be like, dang, like damn, I must be doing something wrong.
I've seen one of my clients in your chair, Josh.
Yeah, man, hey, I'm sorry, I don't know who it is. I ain't dropping no names. Don't recognize me in public. All right.
Only good vibes only. I see why they're in your chair, so I don't hate. But sometimes I gotta check myself. Like, hey, I need to step it up a notch.
No, but I see you too, though. You start popping out with them designs and everything. So I seen you do designs and everything. That's another thing, guys. She does designs too, not just me or a few other barbers. We got a lot of people coming up right now who's doing a lot of different things. She's one of them, so she's gonna be doing designs too. I've seen you do some crazy stuff. And I was like, okay, like, hold on. I was walking by her chair one day, and I was like, wait a minute. You did that, right? Like, and no disrespect or anything, because I obviously know you know how to cut. You know what I'm saying? But when you see people step out of the comfort zone and try new things, that excites me. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, because I want you to keep growing. Don't be stagnant. Don't limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell people, and that's like, you know what I'm saying. So also, guys, I send my clients to her too, especially when they want to get their dreads done or their braids done. So
I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to share the business. You know, it's never about yourself. It's about everybody. We all eat.
For sure.
So
that's the way it's supposed to be. I feel like too many barbers nowadays are, they're trying to be better than one another, and I feel like my main goal is just to be better than myself every day. Like I just want to keep getting better.
Exactly. Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about too with newer barbers or younger barbers. We like to, not we, but as a whole, we like to compete with each other. And I think that doesn't do anything for anybody individually, because it's a whole industry that needs us. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to, you can be competitive and try to make yourself better, but try to be better or say you're better, it's honestly an understatement of what you're capable of actually doing. Because then if you're focusing on being better than a specific person or a group of people, there's people that are better than them, and there's people that they probably look up to that can also be better than them. So your best bet is to be more open-minded about everybody and honestly taking everything and try to be a better version of yourself every day, barbering or not, you know. So with that being said, like I agree with you 100%. I try to tell people all the time, like I said, don't try to be better than me, be better than yourself. But I can be a part of motivation, you know what I'm saying? I can be a piece of that motivation for you to be better, because that's all I want people to do anyway. Like you said, you see what I do.
It took me a little bit of time though to like realize that and figure that out, you know. When I was a little bit younger and a little bit more immature, I was competing with everybody else around me. It happens. It's normal. But I also felt like it was also because I was a female barber, and I was just trying to make sure like they knew like I'm gonna be just as good as them.
You badass too, for real.
For sure.
Like I said, we have 4 female barbers right now in the shop. Well, not including the Lulu because she's teaching now, but. With all you guys included, you guys are all dope barbers, the best female barbers I've seen in the high desert. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, and seeing where you guys started from, and then seeing where you are now, it's only been like a year or two, really. So
I've been with Signatures 2 years, September.
That's what I'm saying. So literally within 2 years, you've already accomplished a lot more than what you probably thought you was going to accomplish, and you improved a lot more in a lot of other areas than you probably thought you were going to accomplish in it too.
And I also feel like the reason that I did get like so much better and improve so much in different areas is being around everybody in the shop. There's so many different styles of cutting, and I feel like if you're really paying attention to the barbers around you and taking things in from one another, you can actually learn so much more. And I feel like that's what benefited me, is being in a bigger shop with multiple barbers who all cut differently, and taking little pieces of things that they do that I loved, that I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the best part about it.
Yep. I feel like it really helped me and made me improve.